everybody, and welcome to a new video. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jen. I have 4 children. I am married and I live in Idaho in a very small town. Now I say it's very small, but apparently there are smaller places than where we live, which is like about 20 minutes away from us. There's a really small town, but I would not want to live there. I've already lived in a small enough town. And we're just now getting a Target in 2025. Is that ridiculous? Like, you should have had one like 6 years ago or something. But they just demolished a mall slash strip mall that had been around for since like the 90s, I think. It's really, really old. And it's gone now. And a lot of people are just like, oh, that sucks. It's gone. And I wish it was, back and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, good riddance. Bye. Hello, Target. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video today. I know I spent a lot of time putting it together. It's quite a long video, so get a drink, get a snack, or if you want, you can clean with me, because that's always an option. So with that, let's get to cleaning. Oh God. That was gross. And that hurt. Present? Where'd that go from? I don't know. It's nice and cold. Thanks. Want some ice cold water? Where'd that Capri Sun come out of? Not enough.
really dark strawberries, like, you know, when they're like really dark red. You know?
Yeah.
That's the only time I like them.
All right, so you saw a lot of wasted food in that fridge. And the reason why it's wasted is because everybody's always like, oh, you didn't tell me that this was in the fridge. You didn't tell me that we had XYZ. And I'm like, do I have to tell you? I mean, you're an adult and you're, 15 and you're 12. Do I have to tell you? Do I really have to tell you? You just open the fridge and you see what's in there. I mean, for my husband, it's a little different. I can open a drawer and he's like, or he can open a drawer and he's like, where are the scissors at? And I'm like, they're right there. No, they're not. Yes, they are. They're right there. I don't see them. So I walk up to him, open the drawer, boom, scissors are right there. And he looks at me like I'm magic. Like I'm this magical being from some different earth. And he's like, how did you see that? Like, it was right there the whole friggin' time. So I guess I can give him a little leeway on the fridge thing. So when he opens the fridge, he doesn't see it. So that's, I guess it's like a universal guy thing. Where they just don't see hardly anything. Like they just don't look like we do. We look intently. If we want to find something, we know where it is. We've put it somewhere special. Or we just know that it's in the junk drawer, or if it's in this drawer, or if it's here or there, anywhere. We just somehow have this knowledge of knowing this. But, I don't know. I guess it's just a gift. It's a gift. Yes, it is. But, so, update on my dog, Harper. We had to take him to the vet. He was not doing well. Like, it was a day before we took him to the vet, he was kind of okay. But then the day of taking him to the vet, which was at 2 p.m. that day, he was not okay. He was not himself. He was not walking right. He was not acting right. He was not eating. Nothing. We took him to the vet, and his sugar level was 589. 589, where it should be in the hundreds into 200s at the max. And he was in ketosis, which is close to a diabetic coma. And he almost died. He literally almost died. Had we not taken him to the vet when we did, he would have died. His body would have shut down, his kidneys would have shut down, his organs would have failed, and he would have died. So I want to thank this vet for helping him. The doctor, I want to at least get him like a gift card and a card, that says thank you in it or whatever. Something nice, because he saved my dog's life. He gave him insulin and gave it to us to take home to give to my dog. And I didn't think at first that I could give him an insulin shot, because I don't know, it just seems weird to me. It's kind of, it gives me the creeps a little bit. But I give myself shots all the time, like for my B12 and my diabetic medication. So it was kind of easy for me, I guess. And knowing that it was saving his life, that was easy. I could do it if I had to save his life. Definitely, 100%. So I did. And within, I want to say 3 days, he started to turn around. He started to act like himself again. And, be okay, but he was still kind of breathing really heavy and not doing much. He wasn't eating anything. But now, he's this little spunky little turd again, going up and down the stairs, arguing with his brother, snapping at him. And because Sawyer put his face into Harper's food bowl, so Harper got upset and started, attacking Sawyer, which is funny because Sawyer's like 4 times the size of him, and Sawyer just ran off. He's such a chicken. But it's fun to see him like that because he wasn't like this, and it's so great to see him acting just like this, right? Normally I would be like, hey, don't do that, that's not nice, we don't bite, we don't do any of that, but right now I'm just happy to see him have spunk. And when he went to the doctors last time, the veterinarian was like messing with his feet and to see if Harper would nip at him, and sure he did. He sure did. And the guy was like, that's exactly what I was looking for, is a little bit of spunk inside him to see if he was okay. And he's like, and he has it. He's got that spunk. So I believe he's going to be okay. And he's like, but today wasn't promised at all. Today was not promised. And he's like, it could have been so much different. And we had the option of rushing him to Idaho Falls to put him on a continuous drip of insulin. And that would have been thousands upon thousands of dollars. And at that point, we're like, we've already spent close to $1,000 on this dog in 2 appointments. And it just wasn't an option. Like the doctor said, he goes, in a world that we're all millionaires and money doesn't matter, sure, you can take that route and bring him there and get him on an insulin drip and everything. But they gave him fluids there. They gave him B12. They gave him anti-nausea medication. They gave him something else too, and to help him eat, because they said that sometimes they can be nauseous from being in ketosis. So they gave him anti-nausea medication, and what was I saying? Is that and then he gave him insulin and gave us the insulin to take home and all that stuff. The insulin itself, the little jar, was almost $90, but we've only used a little tiny bit of it in the 5 days, I believe, that I've been giving it to him. So I think it's going to last a little bit, and we won't have to buy it for another, month or two, hopefully, but because he increased his insulin to 6 milliliters instead of 5. So now it's 6 milliliters. Excuse me. And that really did the trick, because when he checked his sugars again, they were down in the 400s. So he was at 589, and then he was down in the 400s, and now he's going to get his blood sugar checked again on the 16th, and I believe it's going to be super low again this time. I believe it's going to be super low because, like I said, he's eating, he's running up and down these stairs, he's barking, he's being a goofball, he's farting a lot, which is disgusting. Like, he can clear a room. He can clear a room. And he looks at you with these eyes like, did I do that? I'm so sorry. Is that what that smell is? Yeah, that came from you, buddy. Not from anybody else but you. But he's doing so much better. He is just, it's an amazing improvement. Because I didn't think this would work. I didn't think that it would work and he would die. I was so worried he was going to die. I couldn't stop crying at the vet because I was just like, oh my God, my dog's going to die. I've had him for 11 years and this is how it ends. He suffers and he dies. And, I wasn't going to let him suffer. I was going to put him down. I wasn't going to let him suffer. I was just going to, do what I had to do and put him down so he didn't have to suffer the kidney function, that stopped functioning, and his organs, and then his brain, and all that stuff. And I didn't want him to go through that. But this has been a miracle. Literally a miracle. I'm just flabbergasted at how well it worked. Anyway, I'm just going to keep rambling on about my dog, apparently. I just wanted you to know what went on and how he's doing right now, because I know that a few people have asked, and so there's your answer. He's doing great. He's, sleeping right now, but he is breathing so much better. And, I wanted to tell you this a couple days ago, this first day, I want to say, after his insulin, he was so confused. He was walking around in circles and he didn't know what he was doing. And we let him out to go to the bathroom and he's trying to walk into the wall. And it just broke my heart. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? This dog is going to suffer and die. And do I take him back to the vet? Do I put him down? What do I do? Do I wait? I mean, you risk it waiting, because what if he's suffering? you know, and if you jump the gun and put him to sleep, what if he had been better? So I just kind of let things ride out, and thank God I did, because he is better. And I don't know how long we have with him. He is 11, but he's doing so much better now, and I hope that we can get to like 13 or 14 with him, because he's very healthy. He eats very good food. Top of the line food that cost us $90 a bag, and sometimes even more, depending on the size of the bag we get. But it's really good food. It's like human grade food. It's so good. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on that and let you know how everything went. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy. And for my son, we had a 4-hour appointment where we spoke to insurance about him, and they asked me about 300 questions about him and all this stuff. And if I didn't answer right, she's like, "Oh, I thought you said such and such and such." And I'm like, "I didn't say that. I said it in a different way, but I didn't say that." I'm like, "Geez, lady, come on." She was very sweet, though. She was a sweet lady, but once it came to those questions, she was like, "Aha, you said this, and now you're saying this." And it's like, I may have said something else 3 hours ago. I don't remember what I said. I'm almost 41. Leave me alone. I can't remember why I walked into a room half the time. I'm like, why did I come in here? What did I come in here to get? And then I walk out of the room, and about 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, there it goes. I remember now. That's what getting old is, you know? I may not seem 41, but I am, and a lot of people think that I'm a lot younger than what I am. I remember someone asked me if I bathed in the blood of virgins because I looked so young. And I was like, I wish that I was actually looking that young, but I'm glad that you think that I do, so there's that. Next step is someone is supposed to call me from the state, and they will let me know if my son was accepted into the program and housing. So, fingers crossed. I still have to fill out some paperwork today after this. Having a hard time filling it out because it's like, what do you want from me? It's all these questions, and I'm like, how am I supposed to answer this? Because he's apparently his own guardian because he's 18, but he can't, agree to anything because he's also nonverbal. He is autistic and has intellectual disability. He functions on the level of a 1-year-old. So he can't just be like, yeah, all right, let's sign this paper. Let's do this. I'm ready. He can't do that. But they still want him to sign the paper, which is ridiculous. So he makes a little line here and there, and sometimes he'll write his name, but, it looks like a 1-year-old wrote the name, obviously, because he's like a 1-year-old. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully it goes well, because I think that it's going to. I think that it will. He's been doing so much better lately. He's, I don't know, but it's still hard. It's hard to think about letting my son go and putting him somewhere where I don't know if he's safe 100%. What if he gets out? What if something happens? What if he gets into this? What if he does that? What if he does this, that, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I need to just let it happen. And there are 4 nurses there. They all take different shifts. They are always awake when he's asleep. And he needs that. He needs 24/7 care. Because he needs to be checked on to make sure he's still okay in his sleep. That he didn't have some seizure in his sleep. And that's what needs to happen. It's just how things are. I mean, but they're going to also put in 4 locks on the doors so that he can't get out. But they have to go through the state for this because apparently it's considered like entrapment or something like that. When you put, I don't know what the word is, when you put locks on the doors, you're now keeping someone from leaving. And it's like, that's ridiculous. You're helping a child not get out and die. That's how it is. But the government doesn't see it that way. The government's stupid. I hate the government. But, they give my son money to help with diapers and all that stuff. And now they give us free diapers because we go through Aeroflow, which has been great. So if anybody in your family needs to have diapers, if they're older or something like that, or if you have a special needs child that needs diapers, go through Aeroflow. They're great. They'll send you hundreds of diapers. They send them from a brand called Tina, and they give you gloves. They can give you wipes sometimes. They give you pads. But for some reason, his insurance doesn't want to pay for wipes. And it's like, that's just stupid. You're going to make me pay almost $20 a box for wipes when you could just get them for free. But at least we're not having to pay $10 every pack of diapers. And we were buying a pack of diapers every couple days because he goes through them like crazy. Anyway, I am rambling again. I'm really good at that. I really am. But, yeah, so hopefully things go well. Hopefully they continue to go well. And, yeah, just keep us in your thoughts. And, hope for the best. That's all we can do. All right, well, I'm going to put some music on so I stop talking. So enjoy your music.
she make it pop. On the ground, yeah, 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 she make it. On the ground, yeah, she make it. On the ground, yeah, she make it.
Well, that was a mess. It still kind of is, but that was a real big mess, and I had to reorganize it, put stuff in new bins, the new containers or whatever. I didn't like the old containers that I had because it would leak off the side when I'd pour, which wasn't helpful at all. It just made everything dirty and left a bunch of residue everywhere. These are really nice. They're made specifically for laundry, and they kind of lid flips up, and then you just pour it and you wipe the whatever residue is left off the top, but it doesn't spill, it doesn't drip or anything like that, which is great. I got them off of Amazon. If you want, I can link you to them, but I may actually put it in my description. I'm not sure, but if I do, you'll see it. If I don't, then you can ask for it. But I spilled so much borax everywhere. Like, that stuff just gets everywhere. I don't understand it. It, like, multiplies and just gets everywhere. I don't even, like, I can just use it a little bit and then turn around and there's, like, a plume of it everywhere. Like I said, it just multiplies. It's like an amoeba. It just splits in two and just goes. I don't know. Whatever. I'm always cleaning up the mess after borax, and it just seems like it's never ending. Especially in the boxes. It just pours out of the side of the boxes because they just don't secure it enough, I think. It needs to be in like a bag or something, not in a box. It needs to come in a bag. If you're with me on that, let me know, because it needs to come in a bag. It really does. And some people are going to be like, oh, there's stuff that comes in a bag that does this and this. And I'm going to be like, well, borax is the only thing that works for my son's clothes. I use borax, vinegar, softener, and the soap, and some scent beads. And that's what works on his clothes to get the nasty poopy pee smell out of them. And then I wash them on extra hot and with an extra rinse with the pre-rinse, and then dry them on like super high heat because I want to kill the germs that cause the bacteria that cause smells. That's what it is. It's bacteria that causes the smell. I don't know if anybody knew that, but if you didn't, that's where it comes from. The smell is actually bacteria. And you are smelling that. Like, you are breathing those in, and it's really gross. It's really gross if you think about it. I don't like to think about it. Anyway, I am pretty behind on laundry. I have my husband's laundry to do. I've just washed my daughter's laundry. And I have Aiden's laundry to do because he's always peeing and pooping on blankets, and I'm always washing them. And I feel like that's all I ever do 24/7, 365 days a week. That's all I do is clean his bedding and his pillows and his clothes and everything else, his stuffed animals and whatnot. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you guys so much, and I try and post, every week, but sometimes my life just gets crazy, like when my dog almost dies, and my life gets put on hold, and I just can't do anything else because I'm taking care of my dog to make sure he doesn't die. Like giving him insulin twice a day, and make sure he eats. Always sending him out to the bathroom because he drinks so much. He's actually stopped drinking so much since I gave him the insulin, because that's just part of diabetes and stuff like that, because that's what he has is diabetes. It's part of diabetes where you just drink excessively if you don't have it under control. But he's getting it more under control, which means he's not drinking as much, which means he's not having to go pee every 5 freaking seconds. And not peeing all over my floor. I even, thought about putting a diaper on him because he's just pees so much. And I might actually put a diaper on him because he's old. And he doesn't really know how to hold it anymore. He's 11 and his bladder doesn't work like it used to. And his body doesn't work like it used to. And my old dog, Coco, when I was a kid, started peeing when she would eat. She would just pee. And my parents would clean it up, but it got so bad to where it got into the cement of the floor, and they had to rip up the whole entire floor, all the cement, re-cement it, and put new tile on top of that. I remember this really well, because I remember the smell that came out when they started tearing that cement apart. It was absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. So nasty. And they did it after she passed away, because why do it while she's here? She's just going to pee again and ruin the new cement or whatever. She died in her sleep. She had a stroke and she died in her sleep. And I feel bad still because she died alone. And she was in a cage. My mother started caging her because she was pee and poop all over the house. And at night, my mom didn't want that to happen. So, and she also didn't want her to hurt herself because she was blind and she ran into things. But she died in her sleep from a stroke. And my heart still hurts from that because, I mean, it's been over 20 years, but I just feel really bad that she died by herself. Nobody was there to hold her. Nobody was there to tell her it was okay. All that stuff, you know? Anyway, I'm getting really depressive right now, you know, talking about sad stuff. But, you know, I think we might go camping this summer. I really want to go, but I don't want to go back to where we went before because there's tons of cougars and tons of bears. Not that we saw any, but there's also lots of bees too. And I remember stepping on a beehive. Actually, it was a wasp hive. And they all started chasing me and my daughter down the trail, caught up with me, started stinging the crap out of me, and stung me about like 15 freaking times. I still have scars on my back from where they stung me so much. It was so bad. So bad. And, I was just like panicking because my husband was using the restroom at the time and he comes running back up to the campground and he's like, "What's going on?" And I tell him and he's like, "Why didn't anybody just kill the bee?" And he turns me around and just slaps his hands together and kills the bee that was on me, that was stinging me. Well, apparently wasps can sting you more than once because, you know, that's useful, right? That's just something that should be useful in nature. They can sting you more than once. They should only be able to sting you one time. Not even one time. Stingers should not exist. Fangs should not exist. All that stuff. No. Anything that can sting, bite, or anything like that, claw you to death, is not necessary. It's just not. It really isn't. Anyway. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. I love you all. Thank you for commenting and, you know, being so supportive with all the stuff that I've been going through lately. I really appreciate that. It's just been really hard lately, and life is just one thing after another, and I just when it rains, it pours. That's just how it goes, right? But yeah, thank you guys for always being there for me. And, you know, I don't really get as many negative comments as I used to. I get more positive comments than I used to. You know, I still think about this one that I got one time where this person said, "Ew, why are you putting your dirty water into your toilet?" And I just stopped for a second and I'm just thinking, where do you put your dirty water? Please don't tell me you put it down your sink. That would be disgusting. Why wouldn't I flush it? Does that make any sense to you? Why wouldn't I flush it? What else am I supposed to do with it? Pour it into my yard and kill my yard with chemicals? And so my dogs pee on it and get the chemicals all over their feet? No, what else are you supposed to do with it? Drink it? Come on, lady. I don't even understand that. It's still, every time I dump it into the toilet, I just think about that stupid comment that I got. And I'm like, what? What? Where are you supposed to put this? Gosh, some people, I swear, they just don't, I don't know. There are a lot of people out in the world that are like the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz, where they don't have a brain. I think that's what it was, right? He didn't have a brain or something like that. If I only had a brain. Like that crap. I've only seen it a couple times, but I think it was the Cowardly Lion, because I know the Tin Man didn't have a heart. So, anyway, Again, rambling. I'm gonna let you guys go, and thank you for watching. Love you all. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful summer. Bye.